Hello. Zir. Hey, Jean-Marc Leblanc. That's French. I don't know how to say that. We start soon. Let's wait for a few other to join. If there is someone that wants to follow today, or maybe there is some outage, some Telegram outage again. Oh, that was funny the other day. That's funny, bro. Let's see. So I sold my 4 screens because I'm trying to figure out how to go back to Italy, when to go back to Italy. So now I have just my laptop and then just a screen, and I'm lost. I'm totally lost. Like if you guys are trading with one screen, I don't know how you guys do it. Like it's impossible. For me, 4 was not enough. Um, Let me just type in here. Uh, okay, okay. Check that. So yeah, because I have YouTube, OBS open, everything. So hi March or Mark. Juan. Would I say Juan in Italy? In Italian, and Andrew. Okay, so let me remove that. Live stream starting soon. Okay. Well, I just want to set up today some alerts, on support resistances, some coins, random coins to be honest, based just on TA, just scanning through the charts. The biggest problem we have in cryptocurrency is the fact that most of the coins, when we reach those levels with BTC, and we maybe are ready for a new bullish run, sometimes the coins can dump at the same time, or can pump at the same time, and this is not easy not easy to manage, right? Because most of the coins sometimes just pump for no reason. There is for sure some news that come up with those pumps. Most of the pumps might be just pump and dump groups that do those. Some other coins that just randomly go up because some accumulation, they break some resistances. So there are many reasons, and it's hard to focus on 1 million coins at a time, because we know right now we have how many? About 2000, I think. 2095 coins. So when we have 2095 coins, it's not easy to pick that one that's gonna pump, right? You may understand that is not easy, it's too easy to say, oh, that coin went 100% up, we missed it, of course we missed it. We missed some of them because there are 2000 coins. You cannot follow all 2000. So there are a few strategies to follow in order to pick up the best coins. And one is the TA, of course. If you have a coin that you're evaluating day after day, you know what the coin is doing. You follow the single coin. Maybe you follow 1 and 2, and you just go with that coin. You wait, when the coin touches support, you trade the coin. And let's see an example. Well, RBN just went insane, but I wish I had just RBN And at the end, I traced this good falling wedge here, and I thought it was over, but it wasn't. And I think he made already 5 waves, but I count wrong. And you know, sometimes this happens because sometimes I have to go fast because we live in cryptocurrency, so things go change every day. So sometimes I have to go fast, and I can make some mistakes. And probably this was my mistake, the wrong count that I did, and I found this falling wedge, and ABC for me probably was gonna be a little bit more deeper than this, so that's why I didn't call it. Sometimes I forget to put alerts on, again, because I go so fast that sometimes it's not easy to just put alerts on every single coin. Maybe I should do it, as I'm gonna do today. But yeah, I missed this coin, and probably the wave if I switch to a Kinashi candle, the wave probably was this one, and this was probably the one that I was gonna look for. Then of course the fifth wave just pumped hard, and you know, that's when FOMO comes into it too. And now, you know, we have to look on the major waves, and the major waves that I can see right now, I can just go on a bigger time frame to look at bigger waves. So Ekinashi usually helps me to find those waves. And for me, the biggest wave right now is this one, right? So there are, again, different strategies to pick up those coins, and we're working every day in order to find the best tools that allow us to reduce the amount of coin we have to evaluate. But when we are in such a fucked up market, you have to understand that coins just go up because they go up sometimes. So they're just low. People buy just because they're low. You know, it's fucked, but that's how it is. But you know, fundamentals now and news and updates are kind of coming back slowly. So finding some news, relevant news, some updates, some coin burn, some really good update about coins can really start to give some returns now, compared to when we were in full bearish market and everything was crashing. Even good news weren't doing nothing to the price, right? So I just want to give you a few ideas how I can research coins. Well, sometimes you can just do a simple research on CoinMarketCap, right? CoinMarketCap has nice tools that we can use. Of course, we have the gainers versus the losers charts. They still have that. I mean, I use other apps too, but we can see what coins are here. What coins are going up, or what coins are going down, and we can have an idea. We can pick some of the coins that we find interesting. And we can evaluate that and see the retracement, right, of those coins. OCN, for example, that's another coin I fucking missed. I traced it, the retracement, and just started again. How much he retraced? Let's see. They retraced 50%, exactly 50%. So this one was a good buy. Anyways, gainers versus losers, it's a way to pick up some good coins. Of course, I'm not talking about FOMOing into coins, but you know, you pick a coin that you know it's a good project, and you can go in the chart, evaluate it, and see if you can buy on the retracement, right? For example, here ZRX, and here the biggest losers too are not bad project, are just coins that are dumped sometimes, and you can find good stuff for coins that already drop, right? um, and then you can go by the hour, you can go by the 7 days too. 7 days, it's a pretty good example here, pretty good tool, because you see the coins that are really doing something interesting. But remember about the volume. Those coins that have just 100,000 in volume are not really massive coins. But as you can see here, Raven coin, 31 million. It's a coin that you might want to look at. Or Odysseus too, 31 million, and this MGO Mobile Go 8 million. I mean, not a big coin, but you can have an idea what they're doing. 7 days, 1 hour. So this is how you can kind of sort some coins out. Another way, of course, is fundamental analysis. Again, you can search directly from the Twitter. They're on Twitter. You can search on Telegram, on their Telegram channels, if they have some good news, some good updates, and then of course the calendar. I use CoinMarketCal. There is even Coins Calendar that can give you lots of information. I think it gets the info from CoinMarketCal, but there are a bunch of them you can use. You can use bots, you can use whatever you like in order to figure this out. Let me see here. Let me open my chat here. I believe you're going to lose a lot of people anyway. Okay. So oh, this is a nice another good website that I use. I'm new to this one, to this heat map, but I just figured out that RVN I picked up yesterday. I mean, I'm working on this website a little bit because again, it's new, but I just discovered you can like sort by volume and by hour. So how much, and I can put to the gainers. So this is how much the coins are in volume right now, which are the biggest coin in volume in the last hour. This is not, of course, the percentage that you see is the percentage of the price, but bigger is the square, bigger that means is the volume. But of course, and I talked with Elise about this, she correct me, because this doesn't mean a Qtum is increasing in volume more than ZAC. It's just Qtum absolute volume, it's higher than ZAC, right? So this chart is not gonna help you to figure out which volume is going up, but can tell you an idea that Qtum in the last hour has a lot of volume. If I check the last day, sorry, 1 day performance, ZRX is the one that has the biggest volume, and Qtum right there. So Qtum 9% maybe is something that we could look at it, because in 1 hour and 1 day had good performance based on volume. And then XLM is doing great. But so those coins, DRX, XLM, but those are all coins that there are rumors they're gonna go on Coinbase. Of course, DRX we've seen went already, but and XLM might be the next one to go on Coinbase. And when everything goes on Coinbase, we can see instant pumps everywhere. So this is another tool. Then of course the volumes. We have some spreadsheet that allow us to see some different different volume change during every day, and we can check if some coins are really going up in volume and not. But this is not gonna be shared here because it's a spreadsheet that we build. And what else? I mean, volume is very important, especially because you can actually identify some pre-pump, some accumulation zone based on TA2. And then so as you guys can see, in order to sort those coins, there are many things we can look at, from the TA to the FA aspect of it. And then another important things to look at, which is very important that nobody really talks about, it is circulating supply. This is more important, I think, for the longer run, not for the shorter run, because I mean, we know that less supply, higher is the price, right? So Bitcoin, it's very rare. In total there are 21 million, and circulating supply right now is 17 million. The price is 6K. Of course, circulating supply times price equals the market cap. As you can see, Ethereum has more, so 120 million, 100 million, and times 200, the market cap, of course, is 21 million, and so on. As you guys can see, XRP has 39 billion coins, and having 39 billion coins, if the price was $1, the market cap would be 39 billion, right? So this is why it's hard for XRP to be worth, let's say, $5, because if it will be worth $5 one day, that means the market cap will be 5 times the circulating supply. So say Dogecoin, so 150 billion. So that's pretty crazy. So that's why everybody says, oh, XRP will never reach to $1, or it can never reach $5 because it's crazy, right? But Bitcoin, yes, it might reach $12,000, the same price, and the market cap will be just double than the current one. Okay, I mean, which is massive, but you know what I'm saying. So, what is important to look when we look at circulating supply? For sure, and this I can make a very quick example here. So I sorted the coins by most circulating supply. So you can see 325 billion coins, 184 billion. These are billions, right? Look at the price of those coins. Look how low the price is. Not even a cent, right? Tron is just 2 cents. 0.1. This is 0.5. I mean, this is XRP is probably the biggest. The most powerful coin with lots of supply. But look at the price, how low they are, right? What if I sort the circulating supply by the less supply? You can see Bitcoin is right here, and it has 17 million. Then Bitcoin Gold, because it was a fork, and then you guys can see all the other one on top. They have less circulating supply than Bitcoin. Look at the price. The price, of course, are higher, right, than the one that we have seen before. That over like $10 pretty much. Okay, so what this tells me, that the coins that are they have a very small circulating supply can be higher in price. So sometimes I aim for those coins that are really low in circulating supply, and the price is still low. That can be, something to look at. For example, if I go down, Walton Chain, Huobi is still $1, and the circulating supply is just 50 million, so 3 times the Bitcoin. Neo, those are all coins that was Stratis, $1, and their just circulating supply is so small. You have to think about circulating supply as coin being rare, right? This is a strategy that, of course, the token apply to their strategy, right? Would you like to have and this is example that I do every time when I do my 1v1 lesson. Would you like to have 5 Ferrari to sell to the public, or would you like to have 500,000 Fiat? Maybe 5 Ferrari, it's easier to sell, or just 5 Ferrari, but maybe nobody will buy it. But if you sell it, you sell it for a lot because it's very rare, right? And 500,000 Fiat 500, the 500 one, uh, can be easy to sell, but you need to find lots of people that want it, right? So that can be hard to do it because you have to sell to many people. So those are the two differences, right? Or I do the example of the eggs. A farmer that has some chicken, and the chicken made 3 eggs in a month. So those 3 eggs, they will be higher in price. So the farmer has to sell those 3 eggs for the higher price because those eggs are just 3, so are rare, and people wanted to buy the egg, otherwise they're gonna die, and they're gonna buy the egg for a bigger price, right? For a higher price. While in the opposite, on the other hand, what if the egg, the chicken made 100,000 eggs? The farmer has to sell those eggs, and because there is not enough demand to sell those eggs, he has to sell the eggs for like cents in order to sell them all. Otherwise, he's not gonna sell them, right? And people will never buy them for like so much price because there are just too many eggs, right? So anyways, this is just a little example of circulating supply and how you can see that and to pick up your coins, right? And then of course the coin market cap, that you can select the best news. Remember, usually news, no news, like more fundamental analysis and updates, and what is it here, airdrop came important, announcement, the burn, exchange listing, hard fork, partnership, rebranding, release, roadmap, update. Those things can be important, right? And sometimes you're too late when they announce it. If the release it's on March 31st, you don't have to buy on March 31st because you're late already. So you want to maybe look for news that sort by heart, they are coming up, for news they're coming up, right? So you see ODC, for example, they have airdrop, and it's not, it's just an airdrop, it's not important. Hard fork, Sia coin, this could be important. Lightning Network for Stellar, this can be a very good upcoming news. It's coming up though in 3 months, so in 3 months a lot can happen, right? But Stellar, because it might get listed on Coinbase, could be a nice coin to look for the long term. Ion, it's doing something. I think it was doing something. TRS release on November 9. It could be something. Mainnet, Expertise, Elastos, Genesis. This is the one that I posted you guys the other day. Trading platform release. Genesis has lots of news coming up. Stratum, Genesis. Yeah, they have the trading platform release, marketing campaign, index funds, whole hot heavens, app version 1.0 launch. So GPT is for sure something that we want to look at. So this is the overall idea, how I kind of try to find the best coins, and then of course there is TA. TA is a massive part of the study. Oh, I need more coffee. So if you guys have any question, feel free to type in YouTube so I can read them and try to answer them. And in my trading view, I have this. This is a very big flag list. unfortunately right now every coin is spiking for different reason, and it's really hard to tell which one is really gonna go. I don't really want to buy them all because or suggesting too many, because BTC can dump, and what if I call 20 coins and everything dumps at the same time? That's not good, right? Bitcoin, as said, it's in a very critical situation. It can either go up and down. We're just waiting for this triangle to do something. I mean, it's good that it's going sideways for now, and that gives space to altcoins to grow and do something. But you know, we are not in safe heaven, whatever you say, paradiso. So it's really hard to make a decision right now because we really don't know what's gonna happen. We might buy bags and hold, and yes, they can be a very good long-term investment, but those bags we need to be careful because they can dump 50% more if they want to. And a good example was we're looking in this coin, actually in our fundamental analyst, we're looking at UUU. Actually guys, this is another I mean, I released this website more than one time. This is TradingView. This is Coin Signals that trade that allows you to chart every single coin market cap coin. While you know TradingView, you can just do Binance, Bitfinex, and whatever. Oh, is BTC dropping or something? Oh no, this is Coinbase. UUU was coins we were looking at. UNetwork. We're making those famous FA reports that you know, we promised you. We are working on it. We're doing them, but we don't want to release them as soon as we really see what BTC is gonna do, because you know, we don't want to release those reports right now and then the coin are gonna dump all at once if BTC really drops. So we need to be careful. This is another coin that dropped 91% of its value. Had lots of release lately, but didn't really do much. Testnet release, IDEX listing, and this is coming up on November the 3rd in mainnet release. So this coin might pump, but you know, look how dangerous those coins are. Those are very low market cap coins, and let's see how much. UNetwork. These coins, it's 4 million market cap. Not, you know, super ugly. Had 600,000 in volume, which is not bad. If we look at Pareto, the coin that we traded, Pareto, well, now is 400, but before the pump I think he had just $60,000. So so as you can see from the chart, it's very low, but you know, it's for sure a good buy for a long term. This is what I want to try to say. It's a good buy right now for the long term, but if you buy right now, you just have to put something that you are willing to lose, or you're willing to see drop even 50%, because when we are this low in the chart, well, a coin can really go down 50% in 2 seconds. From here, if you buy here, these coins drop here, it's already 25%. Actually, 25 is not bad, to be honest. 30% below all-time low, right? And of course, if we arrive here, the coin would have dropped 91% still. So you know, those things can drop, right? From 91% to 95%. From all-time high, it looks just 5%, but of course, if you bought here, that 5% to you becomes 72%, you know? So you have to consider those things. And if you decide to buy those coins, you need to buy something without stop loss, that you put it there, you are willing to lose even whole, and just wait. Then if the coins pumps, the rewards are massive, because if this coins pumps even to this high here, this is 147%. So you double up 1.5 to your portfolio. And then of course, if the same money that went out comes back in, you're gonna make, in this case, if it goes all to all-time high, 700%. Okay, so these are all the ideas when we want to trade these low market cap coins that are at the bottom. And coins that are at the bottom are a lot. Okay, BTC can drop, we know that. If we drop, for sure those coins can go even lower. We are again in a situation where we don't really know, because this thing happened again. I showed that from my chart a million times. I'm not either bullish or bearish, to be honest. If I had to pick based on TA, I'm bearish based on TA. I'm bearish just because there are good news around and people are turning bullish, and there are those triangles here that look similar to me, and there are some, I know we have this massive support, the 6K. They hold the coins a lot, but how many times this support can hold? We have space to go down if we want to. We have the space. So if we're really gonna break that, again, we might be looking at 4.5, in my opinion, where the next high here is. Okay, and in that case, because everyone is like making this comparison with 2014, and I was the first one to make the comparison, 2014 BTC dropped about 85%. So 85%, look, now we are at 71. If we go to 85%, actually 85%, it's low right here. Well, where 3K is, exactly where 3K is. So we'll be right there. This will kill the market, of course, and and this might happen. If we really drop this 5.8 level, the panic might be really massive, right? So that's the only scenario. That's the only reason I have to believe that we can drop out of this triangle. If we drop there for any reason, any bad news, any ETF news that doesn't get approved, anything, if we drop 5.8, 5.750, we might have a massive sell off that can lead to either the support, and if the support really doesn't hold, boom, we can have really probably a one-day sell-off, drop to 3K, and then probably a massive buy that can push the price really high right after that. So in the long run, I'm bullish. It's just in the mid-term that I'm really not sure what's gonna happen. I really don't know, because we are on a symmetrical triangle that can break either way. There are news though, because the news, this can be tricky, because good news might trick users believing that things are gonna go up, but then they don't. So there is this other thing we need to be aware of. So it's really complicated right now, even to buy bags and hold. So if you guys want to do that and take some risk, reserve a 5%, 10% might be a lot of your portfolio to buy some bags and leave it there and just wait. If you really are a long-term, wanna be a long-term investor, And in this case, that strategy might work. Even with Bitcoin, Bitcoin from this point, if it drops to 245, that's a 20% drop. It's not a massive drop, so that could be a good hold, drop in 20%. Of course, if we drop to 3K, that's not nice, because 50%, that's a big drop. Not because it's just a big drop, but then if we want to go back up, that's 100%, right? So if we hold the BTC, we buy BTC and we hold here, we're either gonna drop 50%, we're gonna drop both 50% and then miss 100% up. So we're gonna miss under 50% here of profit that we could have done. If we sold it here, we miss the 50% and we buy back here and we go back up 100%, right? So anyways, many oh, I thought I didn't open my microphone. I panicked for a second. I'm like, oh, I've been talking with no microphone on. So those are the few ideas, few scenarios. Anyways, I'm gonna get another coffee because before I fall asleep, and let's take 5 minutes break, and then I'm gonna start to chart, make some lines on the chart itself without considering any FA, anything. Okay, let's just take a 5 minutes break. Oh, boom, 5 minutes break. Cool. All right, take you guys soon. Okay. You guys still here? Good. Oh, alert on ADA. What happened? ADA, ADA, ADA. ADA, I missed it too. ADA. Binance. I traced this thing. It's falling wedge and it broke. Now it's keep going up, and there is lots of volume too on my, where is it? Here. ADA, ADA. Not here. I wish this thing will upgrade, will update quicker. Huh? Cardano. Huh? Related news. That's pretty good. It tells the news too. Related news. Huh. You know what? I like this website. But if you just would update at the same time, would be nice. I gotta click every single time. That's not nice. Performance, volume, market cap, volume. ADA was here before, now it's not there anymore, so maybe we'll drop. ZRX, XLM, OCN. See, you guys can see the coins, they're really going up in volume, and they're pretty much the coin they're pumping. Nice coffee. Okay, so coin market cap is there. ADA. ADA, based on my Ekinashi strategy, it's a perfect good buy here. But ADA, there are really bad things around right now, so not really confident what's gonna happen with this coin. And then attach the support of this symmetrical triangle. You know, for the moment, if this coin keeps going up and, you know, MACD and RSI look great on the daily, let's see what kind of pattern it's making. And that's a nice there's a nice pattern there. There's like double spinning top candle at the bottom of this setup. That could be kind of a morning star, and it's going up. So if he breaks, actually it's breaking already this Fibonacci, so probably next Fibonacci could be a nice target, the short target of course. Well, this is nothing, 1%, and then 6% probably touching the symmetrical triangle there. So I'm a trader who has zero patience, but I'm learning it, and I have a tattoo too that says patience. But what I learned is that if you don't have patience in this market, it's gonna be tough. So you need to practice patience. In order to practice patience in this market, you need to train it. In order to train it, you need to sometimes look at coin that's going up and just do nothing. That's my practice. Sometimes if I miss coins they pumped already, I'm not gonna call it, because sometimes you can fail it. Actually, most of the time, the coin you buy, then it drop right away if you buy it on a pump. So it's good to focus on triangles and on breaking points or support of some pattern. That's of course way better. But in this market where everything pumps and dumps like crazy, in this specific time where Bitcoin can do everything, of course it's a little bit harder, right? When though we turn bullish, that's a different story. We can trust our indicators and our patterns way better than than in bearish market. In bearish market, we have to focus on very short trades. But focus on very short trades, um, being an analyst that focus more on swing trade, it's another strategy, right? Like I'm not a scalper. I'm more a long-term trader. Not long-term, a swing trader. So I like to buy the bottoms to sell a top, and I like to be safe. In order to be safe, I need to be patient. So right now, all the coins are at the bottom. Bitcoin might fail. Everyone in the channel wants to trade every day. You don't have to trade every day. You can just protect your capital until you find a nice market that can allow you to make profit in a bit more, with more odds, right? The odds right now with every coin we trade are very, very low and very high risk. So if we don't have a logic for coins to go up and down, it's really can be really tricky for us to make profit, right? Anyways, let's see what we got here. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm drinking my coffee. It pumps me so I can like last more in the live. Okay, you know what? I have a list here of Binance. This is the list, of course, that helps me a lot. All the coins that are Binance are listed here, and you can import the list. You just gotta search on Google. And then I have my Bittrex list. I wish I have my KuCoin list that I could go through many coins, but I don't. In order to scan KuCoins, you can either use coin, what's called, oh my god, I forgot, Coinigi, but you have to pay a subscription, or you go on BitScreener, and here you can have a nice coin screener that can help you a lot with all the coins. So you can select exchange, KuCoin, and you can see what they're doing. 1 hour, 24 hours, 7 days, a month, and you can have a understanding of what the coins are doing here on KuCoin. Yeah. 7 days. What the hell is this? Market cap, any performance, default market cap. Anyway, you can play around with this. Let me close the door 1 second. Oh, I should remove 5 minutes break here. Sorry. So this is how I set up my alert. Very quick, just based on major support and resistance on the daily. I have to say. Then of course, if I'm charting on 1 hour, I will be tracing alert on 1 hour. But I just want to have all kind of alerts. I mean, I have the full subscription for TradingView, so that allows me to put 1 million of alerts, and I can even receive that on my phone as a text. I don't know what the other subscription do, but this alarm just went off on ADA. I will just add an alert on this resistance. I think it can reach there for a very short trade. And I'm just gonna go through in alphabetic order pretty much. Binance, ADA, IDX, I traced it already. I traced this support. If it hit there, I might wanna buy it, but I need to be careful. Why? Because this can be a bearish flag. I mean, it's an uptrend channel that can break down, right? Of course, now the trend is upward, but we need to be careful, because if we really if we really go down here, yes, it can bounce, so that can be a perfect buy to go back up here, which is, you know, the channel right now. But you know, we need to be careful and put the stop loss just below the channel, because this upward channel can be a bearish flag. The flag there is like here, this is the pole and this is the flag, so it's a bearish flag and they can drop down, right? But you know, I put my alert there. My alert are based on of course trend lines that can, you know, connect two lows or two highs, but you know, even the horizontal support and resistances are very important. Support and resistances that I mainly trade with my Fibonacci, or I can just trace manually based on the eyes of the chart. So horizontal line, and this has been broken already. This is very bad chart full of wicks, so horizontal resistances are really hard to trace. But this line has been touching many times. He broke here and then came back in, and now it's kind of like retesting, but I don't really see a good line there. So for now, I'm just gonna leave this support right here, alert for ADX. AE. AE, in English AE, the opposite. Already set up the same alert here. So most of the coin, they look really similar, right? So it's really hard to tell, you know, which one might go first. Here there are some waves too, so this coin might be tricky because if it's going up on on 3 waves, and those 3 waves can be this, maybe an ABC correction might come. So I mean, those waves are not Elliott waves, but there are 3 waves, and having 3 waves, probably this might end up here. Yeah, that's a big week there. Anyways, after an ABC week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, we can see an ABC correction, and that ABC correction might end up breaking this downtrend like that to go then back up. So anyways, I'm gonna set up an alert there and an alert on the all-time high of the week here, all-time high of the bearish correction. This correction that it's happening from here pretty much. So how I trace my Fibonacci, so you guys have an idea. Of course, we can see, for example, if I have a bullish run, I can see how much this bullish run it's correcting. So I can trace my Fibonacci from the bottom to the top and see this trend is retraced 50% here. Look how many bounces he had of 50%. Hit on 23 and then bounce on 78, back up to 60%, and then drop all the way down. Or I can trace a Fibonacci retracement of the bearish trend, right? So in this case, I can retrace removal trading tools. Oh no, then the alert go away. Let me remove this Elliott wave here. So how this works, for to make it clear, I could trace a Fibonacci that goes from the top to the bottom and see how much the retrace of this bearish trend retrace. So if this coin start to go up here, I can count this as a bullish retracement of this bearish trend. To make it easier for your eyes, I can revert the chart. In order to revert the chart, you can apply here 1 minus 1 minus in front of the coin, and the coin will be reverted. See? So what I'm doing here, I'm just tracing a retracement of this chart, let's say from here, and see how much this coin will retrace, right? It's the same thing I did, but in the opposite way. So from the bottom to the top, which reversed it, is from the top to the bottom, right? EA right there. Okay. So this coin can go up probably here up to 23% retracement and then drop maybe, right? So this is another coin I'm gonna look at, and that's why I have one horizontal resistance with an alert and a diagonal one. Where is my diagonal alert? It disappeared. Alert EA. Do I have EA here? No, they cancel it. Okay, so right click, add alert, create. Add alert. I mean, add alert for you guys that don't set up alert. I mean, it's pretty easy. Right click on the line, add alert, and you see the condition, crossing up, crossing down. You can screw around with those things. Show pop-up, play sound, send SMS, and then you can type hey 1 day chart. It's just a touched support create. So I will go on my phone, touch support, and I can figure it out what to do next. Coffee. AGI. I mean, AGI, we talked about this coin. It broke it on the daily, false breakout, and dropped right away. But the coin pumped pretty good from the place I was gonna buy it. 15% it did. Actually, it was here, and then dropped right back down. So this is a coin, it's making like a curvy pattern, some kind of a cap. It's making something. Well, something like that. Let's see. It's making this shape, so it's kind of a reversal shape, right? The trend is for sure going down, found a U button and trying to go back up. So full of wicks, so very hard to trace any diagonal support or resistances. Let's go have a look closer and see if we see some wicks. Sorry, some waves. See, this is a nice wave here. It's trying to go back up again. This was my old one. So if you want to trace a Fibonacci of this last spike, retracement from the bottom to the top, sometimes because the spikes are so high and so strong, I try to drop it to my second spike, or where I have more pressure, more resistance, right? So usually to the second it's enough, and in this case it's bouncing on 61%, and it bounced already twice, and it's kind of making a flat top triangle here. Right there. So let's see if you touch this resistance and bounce back down, where all those, I can remove this order block, I can put a horizontal line where all those wicks arrive. See those wicks, 1, 2, 3. So it might arrive there and drop again. So if he breaks that again, I'm gonna be bullish. So in this case, if we break this line, it's a pretty positive. So let's see if the alarm, the trend touches there. And then I can even put another alert on my support here of the triangle, because if it touch there, it might bounce. It could be a quick trade. Hey Rene, will be saved, don't worry. Anyone any questions so far? dollar. Let's see. AGI Ion. Okay, let's move to another coin. AGI Ion. I mean, this is how I really do quick trades, right? You need to understand that in order to trade this market, you gotta be fast. If I were in stock market, I would be like, probably I should switch to stock market. It's so much slow, right? It's like, and chart really look like, the pattern really look like they follow the analysis really good. And like Tilray, it's a weed coin. Actually, today it's a legal weed in Canada, I guess. To smoke a joint to celebrate. Like Tilray stock. This was a chart that happened. I mean, it was a short squeeze and all kind of stuff. But look how cool was this chart on the hour. All the 4 hour. I don't remember where it was. Was an hour. Oh yeah, this was the massive crash that happened in Tilray. The coin went up, from, look at this chart, is interesting. See this bottom here, the first crash. The first crash hit RSI low on 30, and then the coin just went parabolic, and it kept being above RSI for a long time. Then he had a massive run. Look MACD how high it was here, and then of course when it reaches this point, it's probably time to sell. You can see how massive that is, right? And see how much he pumped from here. From here to there. This is a stock, so it's pretty high for a stock, 1,200%. And then in one single day, this kinda crashed pretty hard, and we can see here. This is 1 hour chart. This is 1 hour chart, so this coin crashed. Oh damn it, this thing. 67%, that's a lot of money there in one single day, okay? Because this is 1 hour chart, that means every candle is 1 hour, right? So this coin dumped so hard, and then it went back up again, and look where you should have bought again, where RSI was low, right there. And look at MACD crossing again. So this probably would have been a good buy if I was in stock market. And then, anyways, this was just to show you guys how crazy stock too. And here in the same day we had a pump of 100%. Then the coin dropped 50%. Then we went, oh, it was crazy. It was all over the news. Check TRX, please. One second. Let's go in order. We have still many coins to chart. AGI Ion. Alright, TRX very quick. Cryptocurrencies, Binance. TRX, it's a fucked up chart. So fucked up. So, if I want to really make some quick lines on TRX based on the daily chart, of course, very easy. I'm gonna keep it easy. I'm not gonna... Info line, what is it? I just noted this. What is this info line? Huh. They just made this. Huh. Cool. They added something. Info line. This can be a good resistance. That's a good support. I mean, all-time low. This is where it bounced. We can trace a Fibonacci as I did before to see how much is retracing back up. This is not an head and shoulder. This is more parallel channel. Let's see if it's parallel. So what I do in order to see if a channel is really parallel, I don't know if I'm saying this right, parallel. Parallelo. I connect either the tops or the highs or the lows. Let's say I want to connect those two highs here, and I go back down. I want to see if so I connect those two, then see this one is connected. So what I do now, I drop this line back, and I see if it can if it touch that one, but it doesn't really touch that. So maybe it's not a perfect channel. Sometimes they really touch really precisely, and I'm happy when I see that. But sometimes, you know, we need to count for some false breakout. If I drop this low like that, and the candle of the body touches there, I can really drop this low right here. I mean, this is a pretty good channel, to be honest, because you know those one can be false breakouts, and the channel, you know, could be a good one. So TRX at the moment is bouncing up and down in this channel, pretty much as all the other coins are doing. We can trace some other diagonal lines too, in order to be more precise. Connect those two highs. Still not tested good resistance, because usually a pretty good resistance has to touch 3 points. But what I like to see the future, right? Like this is a good line because it touches 2 points. But what if TRX arrives here and then it touches the line and it drops? Well, the resistance will be a really good one, because at the end it has those 3 touches, right? And then I'm just gonna connect those 2 lows and just go by that. So in the daily, now I'm skipping all the indicators for now, but TRX, to be honest, it's a mess. It's a really messy chart. I don't see precise waves. Go Ikinashi. Ikinashi can give me a better look at the waves. There are some waves, but they're really fucked up. This could be a little wave. This could be the 3rd wave. This could be the 5th one. I usually, you know, consider the wicks for sure, but I'm just, because I don't really like this wave. I'm just like dropping to the candle to have just an average of what it looks like. Because when I trace my Elliott wave, I really like to give them a nice, how you say, nice angle to the waves. So if I see an Elliott wave that looks like this, I call it, like, if it's very symmetrical like that, and instead of having like you know, those things here, you know what I mean. I think those waves like that are more cool to trace, and they work more than the others. And of course we have to respect the rules of Elliott waves, but this one doesn't really respect the rules, so I'm just cheating to see if I can see something. For example, ZRX was a very good one, right? ZRX, look at the waves. They're pretty perfect, right? That's why, you know, I decided to trade this coin, and having my target F5 that got reached and then dropped all the way down. I remember Rene you know, saying, you know, we first stopped here, right? And then he said we might reach there, and then we did. Actually, we reached 261%, then we drop, and actually we even hit 361%. So this call was a very cool one. And then, you know, you can see the one never intersected the 4 wave. The third one is not the shortest, which is important in Elliott wave. The one in this case is the shortest, and you know, it looks great. But you know, when we go back to what TRX, things are all over the place. So, but you know, we can see some, and because I see some, and this is crypto, and things are totally fucked up sometimes, I'm gonna consider this as 3 waves and still see if we can bounce on 50% or 60% retracement of the overall Fibonacci. And I'll explain you guys why. Because what I do, I see how much every wave retrace, as I explained in my seminar, if you guys watched it. So I'm gonna retrace the first wave, so from the lowest point to from 0 to 1, right, where the number 2 reached here, 50% bounce, between 50 and 60%. Then I'm gonna retrace the other wave, but remember here there are too many wicks, that's why I don't like it Tron too much. From 2 to 3, and is retraced this time though 78%. But if I don't consider these wicks, because probably was a very strong one, I can go lower to the second wick, and still is not a great retracement. I cannot see really precise what I'm looking at, but here maybe 70%. So it's hard for me now to predict where the other wave would drop. In this case, of course, dropped probably 78 or even more. Let's see, about 78%, but it was really hard to see, because you know there was not nothing similar to the previous waves, and you know those waves are, you know, the four no, it doesn't intersect actually the first one. So by looking at the daily, those can be good waves. Of course, then we need to kind of look into the waves to see other waves inside. That's of course the rule that we have to respect sometimes, and see if we can find other waves in every single wave. And for example here, because you know, remember, Elliott wave has to have subwaves inside every wave. So here, for example, we can see 1, 2, 3, and then we have an ABC, A, B, C. So I consider that as a good wave. Then, you know, we have to look at those waves inside this pattern. Of course, with the Echinacea, I cannot see those waves. Probably with candlestick there is something, but I might have to go inside more to see those waves. And sometimes I can help myself with the oscillators, but the waves could be those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, you know, remember, Elliott wave is pretty complicated, because you know there can be an A, B, C, and then there is a X, Y, XW, XY, another kind of patterns. So we can see an ABC all over the place, ABC, ABC, right there. You know, now you know I'm not really expert on WXY, XZ, or WXY, but that's what they look like. What is it? Anyways, it's very complicated when you know you want to really look for every single wave, even in the small chart. So that's why, you know, I keep I keep just simple, and I just really look for the main waves. And I use Ekinashi, so it's everything gets clear. And so let's move everything. So that those are for me the 3 waves that my Tron might be making. And what I do when I trace 5 waves, I usually trace a full retracement of the whole Elliott, so from the bottom to the top, to see where these things retrace. And as you can see here, that was a good hint. Touch where again 61%. Percentages 61% bounce, and boom, back up. That would have been 20% profit right there. Okay. So sometimes it's if we follow coins and we wait those coins to do something, short-term trades, yes, I mean we can do those 10%, 50%, 20%. But for me, that I have to keep an eye on most of the coins. Sometimes to do this true studies can be hard on every single coin. And sometimes I might miss those little chances and possibility to make some profit quick. Okay. Anyways, because it dropped already 60%, I don't know if this can be if I didn't have a 60% retracement, I would have called for an ABC in this situation to go back down to the channel. But because it dropped already 60% very quick, maybe starting already another Elliott wave. So if this can be the first wave of an Elliott, for example like that, I can trace this little spike and see how much this retrace. 50%. As you can see, it retrace 50% here. Then it go back up, bounce again, and probably can go again. Okay, can go again. Extension. It can reach under 61%, where third wave can be there. Okay. So those are a few ideas how I see things. Coffee, almost done. Anyways, this is what I see on TRX. So if you really want to trade this coin, gotta put a stop loss below here for a short trade. Short trade, so 3% stop loss, and that's a 2.8 risk reward. It's very good trade here. Otherwise you have to go bigger. If you think the ABC is gonna arrive here, those levels, of course your long-term trade, and if you want to buy right now, has to go down to 14%. And target, that's a 101 almost a target here. But you don't know if, of course, it's gonna bounce here or not, right? So that's the risk that you take. And that's why you should just use a short stop loss in this case. Otherwise your study is fails. If you really think it's gonna go down, well, in this case you don't trade like that. But if you think that ABC is gonna happen lower, you have to wait and make a buy limit around C. And in the case when you buy right there, you place a buy and you press a stop loss right below. And your risk reward in that case on top of the channel will be 6. Of course, if you drop your stop loss low to 20%, remember your risk reward will be less. So if you use a risk reward in position size management, you need to understand that the percentage doesn't really matter at a certain point, right? Anyways, that's TRX. Rene, you here? You had a look at the chart. Anyways, let's go ahead with the other coin, AGI, Ion. I just did 5 coins. You see how much time it takes to chart everything. But you know, I gotta do this. I do once in a month. I chart everything. I put the alert on, so I don't have to chart things over and over and over again, at least on the daily chart. But remember, there are many other time frames sometimes that you really wanna look at. But this is for the major movement. Ion again 2 is making this symmetrical triangle that every single chart is making, so full of big wicks in the last pattern. Lots of volume though, which is really interesting. Massive volume there. I like it. You guys want some music? It's kind of bouncing in this sideways move rectangle with the false breakout, but you know, we are closing in between this flag here. False breakout twice, touch this resistance. It's a resistance that we can trace now, right? If we didn't have those 2 spikes, of course, we could never trace. There's a resistance. The resistance would have been this one probably, right? The resistance, why this resistance? Because we touch 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then we broke resistance. We went down. We retest both resistance and support. Actually, no, because this one was not there. Right there. Let me see, so I can trace how I see things here. So this is one touch, this is another touch, and this is another touch, right? Then I have another touch here, another touch there, another touch there. So that's a perfect symmetrical triangle. Resistance and support. So we broke up here. We broke, didn't go up, he dropped all the way down to retest this main support, bounced strong there for 30% spike up, massive spike, and then boom, drop all the way down. I mean, this is the market right now. You guys can see it reached here and then boom, it dropped 20%. So it's really fucked up market. It touched there again and the support hold the coin again, so it's pretty good support. Volume increasing. Maybe some people are really accumulating here. Where we see those big spike in volume, people may be accumulating here for Ion. So this is a good chart. Let's trace some horizontal lines, and let's put an alert there. And let's put an alert on the blue support too. You know what's funny? Because I did this already, and especially for Wabi, I had the support and explained this, and then Bitcoin dropped and brought all the market down, and I had like 1,000 alert. In that case, how you can pick up the coin that really touched support when, you know, Bitcoin just dropped and it looked like Bitcoin was over. Anyways, let's go look at this closer to see if we can see some. You know, right away, of course, from this chart I cannot really see nothing. Because there is this wick, it's massive, so I cannot really put any Fibonacci on this from the bottom here to the top. That's my microphone, guys, by the way. And I would consider this like a fucked up dump. So probably Ion right now is bouncing on 61% retracement, but it's full of wicks. It's brutal. An alert here just to check in the short term too. Mick. What's going on, Rene? You message retracted. What's going on there? Mick, okay. Oh, I'm hyped now. I drank so much coffee. Okay, we got an alert for Ion too. Many people are online here. Let's see if anyone wants to join here. There is consider. One second. Okay, Ion Ambrosius. That alert went off. Elisa just told me about this. Let's see what's going on, because this can be a good project. I mean, this coin dumped as everything else. Let's see the overall chart. Let's cancel everything. What's going on here? So, nice double bottom on all-time low. No, all-time low, sorry. At the lowest point of the correction. Nice all-time double bottom there. This is our just 2 point, just to see, you know, the overall trend. What it's doing. It's making some kind of like a channel. So, I mean, sometimes I just have a look at the overall one-day chart, because it tells me a lot. Look at the volume here. Look how much volume. The volume is increasing here. So, you know, it is not being pumping here too much. I mean, a little bit. Look here. This pump volume was not great, but now we have more volume. So we have to look at these things, because it's about to, or it already broke this high, which can be very, very important. So let's go have a look closer. And the Ichimoku cloud is busting my balls here, but you know, we can go through. I'm not saying that you know, we have the Ichimoku cloud and the coin cannot go. So look at the sign. Don't tell too much here. Okay, let's go 8 hours. Oh, see, 12 hours. See, as you can see, this is a perfect example. Ichimoku cloud broke and is turning green. So it's something, you know, it's already something. While here, look how the Ichimoku cloud acts as a resistance, right? So here it start to go and it broke it. So next step is probably breaking the 1-day chart, the 1-day Ichimoku cloud. Driving, you crazy, bro. You did that again. You did that again. 5 BC. Anyways, 8-hour chart, we have a nice resistance. They might look like a symmetrical triangle right there. I can trace more Fibonacci. One that trace all the bullish spike, and look again, my 50% bounce that happened every fucking time. Let me see a maze. The MAs, the moving averages, this is 200 and 100 are crossing too, which, you know, it's you see the blue and the green, look how confluent, can you say that word, very narrow and close to each other. They cross and boom, they can identify. Of course, moving average are, you know, lagging, right? The price comes first, but, you know, if they cross, many traders might go by the moving averages based on different time frames, and if we see this cross here, that can be a good indicator that tells us the reversal is happening, and it's real. And this coin is kind of reversing, right? Because it touched the bottom, it touched twice here. This is the double bottom that, you know, we talked before. Where is it? Curve polygon. So let's say where it starts from. This could be the start of the massive double bottom, and of course, if we break here, we might reach the top there. So this might be the double bottom we're talking about. Of course, that's a bit for a very, very big idea and profit. Anyways, making this triangle here, I trace that the Fibonacci, but and it touched 50%, as you can see there. And then I wanna trace the support to make a pennant, but see, I connect 1, 2, and 3, skipping this, which might be a false breakout. Or I can connect these two, made another one. Oh, I can go to the bottom here. There's many lines, you know, you can trace in a chart, so anyways, I don't want to make this messy for you guys. This is a white chart, you know, when I gotta do my stuff, and then, you know, I try to make it clean for you guys to read. But this could be something. Volume on 8 hours dropping here, bad. But we had those 2 pump that can be accumulation, so users are accumulating. We have the green cloud here that could be nice support. Indicators really neutral at this level. But again, we can break because we might break the neckline of the double bottom neckline. This neckline, okay? You guys don't know what a double bottom is. Double bottom. There you go. There's a downtrend. It's a reversal pattern. Touch first time, touch the neckline, goes back to support, and then breaks definitely the neckline. which is the resistance to go back up and reverse, right? This is a neckline I'm talking about. So this is what we're looking for. And you know, this pennant might break it. Let's go 1 day. 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. I don't really want to trade some waves, but there might be a wave. It's not really a cute one. Too many wicks, so it's very hard for me to tell a resistance. Sorry, yeah, a resistance. But you know, this number 5 hits here where I have this little hint of Eikinashi, which means something happened there, stopped for a bit. So let's see, if I put 12 hours, maybe there's some movement, some stop. But you know, it's for sure something that might happen. So let's trace some resistances, some alert. So let's put some alert on Ambrosius. I'll alert here. Maybe I want to put an alert on those levels too. Why those are red? What happened? Error reversal. Huh. Restart all inactive. Alright. Okay. We got M. See, I just did 5 coins, so just to let you know how much time this might take. And then I gotta post, then I gotta do and then I gotta answer you guys, then I gotta you know, it's not easy. It's not an easy task. You guys think I'm dicking around? I'm not. And then I gotta do my trades, and then I gotta do my life, and then I gotta, you know, eat and sleep. I'm just kidding, but you know, it can be really stressful. So that's why sometimes I get pissed, you know, when I make a nice video. I try to make a nice video, you know, with my, you know, Italian, my English, that is not my first language, can be tough, that too. So I make a nice video and then I post in the Edo and nobody gives a fuck about it. Of course I get pissed because I'm doing the best to kind of, you know, teach something here. Anyways, AppPC, well, that's a coin. I think it's in our bot. Let's see what the bot is doing. Very unlucky bot, to be honest. All the calls that I'm feed to the bot, they either got stopped out and then pumped like hell, or they're not moving too much, or they're just doing up and down. See, Wabi reached 8%, now it's -2. AppPC, it's 4% right now, and you know, by the chart, it should go up. Should go up by the chart because it bounced on 61%. I set up alarms here already. This could be a start of a new wave. Indicator MACD looks good. RSI not too much, but it can just be a little dump here. That can be a start of an Elliott wave. If you see closer what's going on here, just a pump dump. Look how crazy are the chart. Look those spikes on AppPC. Like, what is this? 30% drop, 30% drop, 30% drop. Like, that's insane. That's insane. That's why I try not to go in, because it's just, I don't know. Anyways, the daily chart is promising, so I will keep a look at this coin. Actually, this is the risk reward that I traced when I called this. So Ikimoku Cloud, it's massive on top, but you know, as we say, seen from the other time frame, look at here, the cloud has been penetrated and it's actually bounced on the green cloud, so we can go up. If we don't start to break Ikimoku Cloud on the lower time frame, we will never break in the bigger frame. So we need to like look at small time frame and seeing what happens. As you guys can see here, totally broke. Then 12 hours definitely broke, and it's trying to bounce. And Ikimoku is turning green, and so on. So APPC, we have it. Ardor. So pretty much the coins are really look similar. This is Ardor again. You guys can see I have pretty much charted all of them. Here there was like a pennant, and I was waiting to see what it was gonna do, and it dropped right there. Then I trace a Fibonacci. This Fibonacci is bouncing on 50%. Wicks all over the place for every fucking chart that don't help to make a very good precise trend lines and support. So it's not easy. Can be false breakout, can be, I don't know, like this is a pennant, but again it's been tracing with really hard points. Highs and lows are not very defined here, so let me put some alert here too. See if we touch those lines. Go back up. YouTube. Okay. Arc. Well, Arc. Ooh, look at this guy. Actually broke it, huh? Oh, you remember this chart? I've been talking about it. And you know, I said more than one time that this could have been a nice scalping trade, and to look at that break, and it's breaking. Did you guys follow it? I mean, I cannot put everything in the bot, guys, because it's just it can be crazy for me to put everything in the bot, because sometimes I don't have time to do it. If I got a chart, and I can give you main ideas that you guys can take as a good advice. And Arc right now, it's breaking it, and we bought it. Right, I mean, we bought it. I suggested to buy when it touched again the bottom, and this coin, it's up now 20%. It reached 20% and it's going. So this was a nice trade. Some other trades might hit stop loss, but hey, that's what it takes not to get wrecked. You guys must understand, stop loss save your ass. If we get stopped out 5 times, sure, we lost maybe what, 5% if you lose if you used 1% of your portfolio as a risk. We made some gains with other coins, so we are still balanced because we made a second profit with other coins. But remember, if you don't use stop loss and you don't get stopped out, what if the coin drops not 5% but drops 50%, and you, by using a position size calculator, you are in with 30% of your profit? Because you know, we know you can use a big position size, right, if you use a very tight stop loss. So what if you don't put the stop loss? You might lose so much money. So remember, stop loss saves your ass pretty much. So you need to understand this. And the market, it's so crazy that we need to be careful. We need to be careful and put stop loss. If we get stopped out, that's it. you know, jump on another trade. There are opportunities. Or if you don't want to get stopped out, you don't trade in this market because you know the chance to get stopped out are higher. That's how it is. Bitcoin tomorrow can dump and just kill all the call bots, the calls that are in the bot. That's just how it is. That's why I suggest you not to trade every single call, but just 2 at a time, so you can kind of manage that, okay? And take out profit quickly, so you know you can avoid just getting just drop so much, right? Anyways, ARK was a beautiful idea. Has been accumulating sideways. This could be a flag. It's a sideways flag. Comes from a bullish trend right here. It's getting a massive flag here, and it's breaking now for a target. If this is not a false breakout, because you remember, if with these things doesn't close above it, it might be still a false breakout, so it might drop here. But let's check this 12 hours, 8 hours. Let's see if some candles close. So 8-hour candle closed here, so this doesn't count. 4-hour, yeah, 4-hour candle closed above, so this could be something. Could be a good indicator. So ARK might touch here for a retest and go back up. So I'm just gonna trace actually the real support here is where the candle closed there, so it might drop right there for a retest. Let's add an alert there. And then as a target, well, the target is probably reached, so if you enter this level low, I would just put a stop loss here at 1183, so you guys at least make you know, 13%. Or if you want to sell now, it's 16%. It's up to you. And then of course, if we really break this level, I'm gonna be look for previous highs as targets, probably here and here, right there. Let me see if someone wants to join us here. How many we are? 4. It would be nice if more people can join, because there's lots to learn. Anyways, I mean, they know I'm live. Okay, so that's ARK. Let's see if we reach some targets there. ARN, the motherfucker coin. This coin is driving us nuts. Let me remove all those things I did in education about this. Bull flag everywhere. What I'm noticing a lot right now in this market is the Elliott wave are not really completing the final wave. So right here at the bottom, I really won't consider this as a first wave. This is more another pattern. Maybe it's a kind of, I mean, the volume is not great, but this could be a small cup and handle or a flat top triangle. Maybe it's better. Comes from you know, a bullish trend, but maybe more a flat top. Where is my triangle here? So this is a flat area touching resistance, and that's the triangle I would be looking at, right? Something like that. They broke. up, and I think we call ARN. We made money on this one. I think we made some call, and then very hard to trace this Fibonacci. But if you trace from here, that's 50%, or if you trace from the spike, the 78. Anyways, it was a very hard one to check. Maybe a 70% retracement of the bullish spike here. Then it went back up to hit 261. You see, I just trace the correction. I trace the correction from the low point to the top, and I drop down, and those are the targets that you get. Targets are usually 161%, and we hit it here. You can see that, and then it can be 261%. All right. So we hit that, and then what happened? We retraced again. So we hit our target, people are gonna make money, so they sell, and we can trace another Fibonacci from the lowest point of the from the start of the spike, right? That was here to the top, and this time again 78%. Let's remove this so you guys can see. 78% we retrace as before. Actually, even more precise, we retrace before in between here, between 70 and 78. Look here, we retraced here, which is between. Actually, let me put the 70 here. I don't know why it's not there. Let me add a 70. 70 is a good Fibonacci. Oh, there. Here we go. We retrace between 70 and 78, huh? Perfect. So I showed that in my education channel, and then we went back up. We reached 33% here, and we drop. We dropped. How much we were tracing now of this spike? From the lowest to the top, 50%. Good. Look, the Ichimoku cloud is massively, or so ARN could be a good buy here. Let's go check the indicator. The indicator is really bad on 4 hour, because you know MACD is dropping, RSI too. But this could be a start of a wave. So let's go check closer. Maybe that's not really good. I don't like this pattern, right? Because he had two touch on top, and then it dropped. So it's not really like a bull flag. Doesn't look like anything. So what I got right now is just a 50% bounce. Let's go check the candlestick. This candlestick, if it close, like as a doji, a very small candle, you know, something like this, something like that, it could trigger another pump. This is based on 4 hour. 2 hours, and the daily, we have, you know, we cannot tell too much. So anyways, let's put an alert here on ARN. If we go below 50%, look at the Ichimoku cloud on 4 hours. It's pretty intense, pretty thick. So, but yeah, it's a mix of signals here. I don't know about ARN here. I was saying what I noticed. If I noticed few waves. So the first wave in this case was this one, right? This one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm expecting the 5 year. What I'm noticing, sometimes those 5 don't never happen. They just stop here, and the 5, you know, it's just right there, and false, a fake Elliott. No fake, like it did not complete the 5, still an Elliott, because you know, if you consider from the candle closed, 1 and 4 didn't really intersect. So, but if we bounce here, I'm expecting to see a wave 5 that might reach under 61% right there. We can have some impulse here, something like that. Okay, so let's check this candle and see how that goes. The Bollinger Band are not really great too. The Bollinger Band here, this cloud was oversold here and is dropping, so B is bouncing on the middle line of the Bollinger Band. Let me check. Yeah, see this brown line right there? This is the center line of the Bollinger Band, which is actually as a support, so that could be something. What can I put? Okay, we got ARN2, massive buy wall, base. Oh my god! Oh, it's 5 p.m. already. Wow. How long have I been talking here? 2 hours. Damn. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna take a break because my eyes are kind of hurting. I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, I think you guys enjoyed a lot this live stream. I'm gonna try to do these more often. Maybe some of the team can join and talk, so you guys can learn a few strategies that we do. I think that's a very good way to, of course, teach you guys. We try to run the seminar on Hangout just to have a direct talk, but as you guys can see, everybody select YouTube. So the seminar on Saturday, it's going to for this seminar is for the one that registered before September 1st, because the other seminar didn't go well because the outage of Telegram. So we are going to answer questions on YouTube. But for the next one, maybe we can decide to do something better. If you guys, want to talk with us and make direct questions, we can have a conversation on Hangouts or whatever the name is, Zoom or whatever. But YouTube for now it works. I've been, organizing all the projects, so that's doing live streams requires lots of time. You guys can see how much time I take every time I run one. So maybe setting up a schedule, a structure, every Tuesday, every Thursday we can have a coin of the, a coin request, or just a live trading, or a QA live stream. Elisa can help a lot too, so there are lots of ideas. We just and I know I need to get more organized, but the market is not helping, because the market is pretty crazy, so I need to kind of like look at many things at the same time, and that can be quite hard sometimes, and do live stream at the same time, and do that and do that and do that. So the team is helping, so we're going in, lots of people are helping, and I have less stuff to do, so other people can take responsibilities for other feature and services that we offer. So we're working on that. So I appreciate all you guys that are giving me a chance to prove myself in the team, and they're part of the premium. Thank you so much, and I will keep probably this live stream live again to finish all the other coin. As you guys can see, I did 10 coins in 2 hours. And I tried to be as fast as I could, and that's how long it takes to chart, because I'm not gonna like call shit based on one line. Many times, many indicators you have to take in consideration. I didn't really show too much MACD, RSI, volumes, and all the other things that we look at to make the best out of the trade. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.